this too. Okay, so I just wanted us to hop on the call tonight, and I know a couple weeks ago I said there wasn't going to be a team call because we have a huge event this weekend, and you know, if it's between going to the event or hopping on the call, like go to the event. It's going to be awesome. Also, the fact that, you know, all of you guys, all the new distributors on the call, that we have that event so quickly as you guys just signed up is a really great thing. We don't have huge events like this very often, but the vice president of product is actually being flown out here by corporate, and he's going to tell us all the odds and ends of all the up-to-date information on the products and how they're made, and, you know, help get any questions out of the way that you might have in your mind of where this company stands. You know, a lot of us have talked about these products and how amazing they are and what results we have seen and what we have felt. The cool thing about, you know, you guys being brand new distributors on this call is both of you guys have already experienced Juice Plus and already have a story. You guys are all happy customers, and you already have an insight as to what this did for you. So that kind of gives you an upper hand as opposed to somebody that's just maybe signing up as a distributor right out of the gate. A lot of times they don't have that product story under their belt, and that's one of the things we really tell you right out of the gate to develop and get comfortable chatting about. So as you guys know, my story involves, you know, not being able to get pregnant for 4 years, 30 days after Juice Plus, getting pregnant with my daughter, not having a high-risk pregnancy like I was supposed to, not being on bed rest like I was supposed to, clearing up my acne. You know, those are some pretty renowned results for a personal trainer that was so unbelievably healthy. I didn't think I was going to see any results from it. So the idea is to just be able to spurt out your story as quickly as that and have a pretty good impact with it. And with that being said, that's what's impactful. That is what, you know, makes people want to hop on board and join you in this product and in this business, because you know, even though some people didn't think they might see a result, they might see a fantastic result, you know. And I even had a guy this morning tell me that he hasn't seen a result, but he knows it's good for him. And one of my favorite lines is, you can't feel prevention. You can't feel cancer cells shutting down. You can't feel aging not happening. You can't feel oxidative stress not happening. So that's kind of cool also. But I also just wanted to go back to the basics tonight and just get any questions answered you guys might have, and make sure we're just setting you guys all up for success in this business. So with that being said, I'm going to take you guys, I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going to take you guys to the Facebook page. And the pinned post is right up here at the top. And this is the first homework assignment we usually give people that hop on the team. And yes, we do have these YouTube videos and everything else, and these are helpful, but the main, you know, tools in your tool belt are going to be this area right here. So I even suggest that you copy and paste this and put it in a text message to yourself, or put it in the notes section of your phone, because maybe you're at the grocery store and you ask the clerk to get involved, or a waitress at a restaurant or something, and if you can get their, you know, phone number or Facebook information, then you can send them a quick link and get them potentially interested in this. They could be some of your first customers. We actually had a call not too long ago about kind of the cold market. But if you're a brand new distributor, you haven't even attacked like your friends and your family, and you know, the people that we care about is who we want to be healthy the most. So that's who I hopped on board very quickly, because you know, you want your parents to live longer, you want them to be healthy, you want your friends to be around, you know, and healthy like you are as well. So these are kind of the tools in your tool belt right off the bat. And I probably, the two that I use most, and I'll do it in order, is how Juice Plus is made right here. If anybody asks, like, well, what are you involved with? What what do you mean when you say the top nutritional products in the world? What is that? And I never say Juice Plus, actually, before they even watch this video. And that's something I've learned over the years of doing this, because a lot of people throw Juice Plus in the category of like Beachbody, Isogenics, and that sort of thing. But I just send this video and say, hey, check out how we get 32 different fruits and vegetables in our bodies every day, really easily. This is how it's made, and I send this video. And then they say, okay, well, weren't you talking about like kind of a detox program? And then the second video I send after that question comes across is this Transform 120 video. And normally that starts the conversation enough for either, the whole old high school friend or the friends or family to go ahead and sit down and discuss things a little bit further. If they're interested in joining the team, Sue, I know you're a new distributor yourself, but you already have a new distributor, so congratulations. So you better keep up with the overachievers. I'm just saying, if we're all going to be overachievers here. Is the challenge accepted? The Andersons, come on. But how do I get paid is a good one to send out there. How do you make some money with this business? How do you profit off of selling fruits and vegetables? So that's the prime thing that I have you use most of the time. And in the comment section, it just kind of helps answer some questions. Not necessarily something we use every day, but maybe you get the question, is Juice Plus organic? And this is a really good way. Again, we're not the experts. Go ahead and send them the expert material we have. So that's kind of a fine line at the beginning. Some people are like, oh, well, I'm not a trainer. I don't have a degree in this. I'm in a completely different scope of work. Well, here you go. Use the tools that we have. So these demographics here are just, again, how we get paid. Maybe somebody's asking you, how do you make $40,000 a year with Juice Plus? And this is how you would do it. So this is getting complex for this call, so I won't go into all of this. But just know, six-figure income is pretty cool. You can do it with it. So that's all you need to know, right? Is that it's possible. And if you partner with us, we can help get you there. So kind of cool. So as far as sharing my screen and everything else, that's the main gist. Haley, you have anything to add to that? Anybody? Anything to add to the Team Mix page? How you guys use it on an everyday basis to help, make your business thrive?
Yeah, I use it a lot with the videos. I also have a few of my favorite videos that I send to people. And I really follow Eric Worre Go Pro in that approach. And Rick, once you guys are done with these homeworks, this will be kind of your next little thing. It's a quick little book, and it's all just about how to talk to people. And it really helps open doors and has very good aspects. I actually just read half of the book on the flight out here, and I'm going to read the other half on the way back. I've read it, I don't know, 6-7 times.
Yeah, it just gives you some really great verbiage that you're able to kind of get ingrained in. One of his favorite sayings, and one of the ones I've picked up the most, is, if I, would you? So Rick, I would say, if I send you a link on what I've been up to, these new amazing products, would you watch it? And most of the time you say, yeah, I would, right? And then I say, okay, if I send it over, when do you think you could watch it for sure? And then you say, well, maybe Tuesday evening, and I say, okay, well, cool, I'm going to send the link over to you, and I'm going to check up with you on Wednesday to see what you thought of it. And that's essentially making an appointment for you. You set the appointment, with yourself, that saying that you would watch the link or whatever. And then I say, I'm going to go ahead and follow up and hold you accountable for the appointment you made with yourself. So it's something that I've used time and time again, and whatever the psychological click is there, it makes people follow through, as opposed to just like sending you a video and like maybe never having you ever watch it, So give some good tips and tricks.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah,
Just from some of the people I've talked to already, people want a comparison.
of
They
course.
want to know what it's like. What can you compare this product to? In one of your video, I think it was Back to the Basics. That's actually on YouTube. You said you were telling the story about how um, a girl could have been a life customer and did all this and that, and then she came under you.
Right.
Um, but she was comparing it to a multivitamin.
Right.
And so, I mean, I guess, what can you compare it to? I mean,
See,
is there anything you can compare it to?
yeah, I mean, most people compartmentalize it with a multivitamin, and I was guilty of the same thing when I first got going, because there is no comparison. The comparison is going to the store, go ahead and cooking up 32 different fruits and vegetables and getting them in your body every day. Like, imagine how good you would feel if you could do that every day. And so this just kind of takes the easy button and makes you push it for nutrition, because none of us have time to go to the store and prepare all those fruits and vegetables and get them in our system every single day. So sometimes people feel like, when they try to eat healthy or they exercise a little bit more, that they'll feel a difference pretty quickly. And us eating healthier might just be like, oh, instead of spaghetti for dinner, I had a salad. And that might be 2 servings of veggies. So imagine eating that well, especially for like a 30-day period on this program, and imagine how you might feel. So the comparison is non-existent, unfortunately. But it's fortunate. Yeah, it is fortunately, Kaylee, you read my mind. Fortunately for us, because there's such a market for this, because everybody needs this, and we are the only product and company that has it.
Well, no, I like that line. I like the comparison is that there is no comparison.
Yeah,
I think that's a good line.
yeah, absolutely. So, and
I,
yeah,
I,
feel
I
free to
mean,
ask as many questions as you want. This call is for brand new reps on the call tonight. So, and with that being said, Sue, I don't know if you can talk at all, but I know you had an excellent question for me earlier that I said I would answer on the call.
Yeah. So I was just kind of buzzing around the juiceplus.com site, and if you ever came across someone that didn't, a lot of people are funny about giving out credit card numbers, and they might want to, just go order themselves.
Right.
I noticed like at the bottom there's the space to like enter, were you referred by a Juice Plus representative?
Right.
Is that where they would put like my name in and my phone number, or how does that work?
So a couple different things that I have learned since getting involved in this business. First off, their hesitancy to give you a credit card number usually comes from your tone of voice. And I know that sounds weird, but at the beginning I had that issue. And now, even with complete strangers off of Facebook that have never met me in my life, or I met 2 complete strangers in my meetup group this morning, they're not hesitant at all. And it has to do with my confidence level and my professionality level. So for instance, let me give you an example, okay? And Sue, I'm just going to pretend like you're my customer, okay? And I'm like, okay, cool. This whole program boils down to $6 a day, $3 a meal. It's not bad because 2 of your meals are taken care of with this, so it kind of takes place of what you would be spending at the grocery store and everything. So I need your name, your address, and credit card information. Is it Visa, MasterCard, Discover, or American Express? We take all 5. Right? There shouldn't be any hesitation there because there's no hesitation on my part. If I were to say, some people also get the problem like, oh, it's too expensive. So here's the idea with this. Well, with Juice Plus, it is around $180 for the entire month, which, I know is kind of pricey. I had to budget for it as well. And even, $180 is just the product. It doesn't necessarily handle the shipping and everything. So whenever you're ready, I can jot down your credit card. You guys notice like the difference in the presentation there?
Yeah. Yeah.
So most of the time, I would just say like, because there's two problems. Well, there's a couple problems with them ordering online. First off, they can't order the Transform 120. They can't. And online, it's going to be very confusing because online it says that protein is actually $30 for the month. On this program, it's actually $110 a month because we're consuming 1 month's worth of protein. I'm sorry, 4 months worth of protein in 1 month's time on the actual program. So it just gets really confusing. I actually don't even send people to the website, the Juice Plus website, or really my own website. If someone's really reluctant to give a credit card, the other problem is you can't online sign up for the Children's Health Study. So if they have kids, they are foregoing their free product by signing up online without your help. And it just gets confusing for the customer, and chances are you'll probably lose the customer in the mix. That's been my experience with it. So I just say there's not even an option to sign up online, and you have to place an order through me. And like I said, even complete strangers that have no idea who I am, honestly don't have a hesitation. So I haven't run into that as much as you might think. But if you think you will, just make sure your presentation of it is just like nonchalant. You do this every day. Like we take, that credit card number whenever you're ready, and just say it a matter of fact, no hesitation. But if someone does want to order online, and let's say they're just ordering, the fruits, vegetables, and berries, and they have no kids, and they really are hesitant, Sue, set up your website. And Rick, that might be something that you guys still need to do. And I can actually show you on the screen how to do that real quick as well if Kaylee hasn't walked you through that. But Sue, do you remember going into my personnel file and we just did your name, right? We did susanstraw.juiceplus.com.
Right.
That is where you'd want to send them to order.
Okay.
Because that's your website. It'll automatically just go right on in. So I wouldn't even send people to the Juice Plus website at all if they forget to put your name in there. Your customer will actually go out to a Juice Plus representative in this area that's qualified to receive leads because of their performance.
Right.
So I might end up with your customer and not even know it or whatever. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
it just takes the messy out of it if you can just submit the order. So that's kind of why I wanted to answer that, not over text message, because it is kind of in-depth question, believe it or not.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just curious when I was looking through there.
Yeah. Does that make sense, though?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because, like, my dad had somebody who ordered online, and he did put my distributor information in there or whatever, but he had 2 kids that he could be getting. He put 2 orders of fruits and vegetables in. That's the other thing that happens. They go online and they say, oh, the fruits and vegetables are only $45, and they don't order the trio. And because the trio is about $76 or so it's about $30 extra. But if you're not there as they're putting in the order to explain that the berries are what are so high in flavonoids and anti-inflammatory properties, that's where I think I saw the most result, in my skin and everything. So if I had to get rid of all of my Juice Plus products, the one thing I would keep is actually the berries. So they might end up cutting their order even downsizing after seeing the different prices there. Whereas where I present it, it's not even an option. Unless they specifically ask, I guess. Yes, Rick, what's up?
So now when we, we were lucky enough that, obviously Kaylee had, and I asked her about it, and then you guys had that thing at the gym, which was very well done, and we were lucky enough to go to that. I'm just wondering. I feel like, I don't know. I almost feel like I'd be walking down the mall and I'd see a booth set up for Juice Plus. I mean, does that make sense?
So is that a statement or a question? What are you asking?
I don't know. I mean, can you do that?
Can you set up a booth at the mall?
Yeah. I mean, they sell a lot of crap. I mean, this is something that's good.
Right. No, you're right. I mean, the cool thing is you have the capacity to use your creativity however you want. You know, was it Kaylee and I? Was it and Hannah? Maybe we all set up in front of a grocery store at King Soopers. We ended up getting kicked out, actually.
Oh, but the Girl Scouts can sell whatever they want.
Right, but they're non-profit or something. Yeah, baloney.
Mm.
But anyway, I mean, use your creativity. Absolutely. I know that they set up at farmers markets. I've actually talked to Sprouts before, but never followed through with it because I had to call corporate office, and so I never followed through with it. If you want to try that,
Nobody got time for that.
I've never tried the mall, to be honest.
You know, like with banners, it says like fruits and vegetables. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, we certainly set up tables at Club USA, and you could maybe go around to different gyms, or, I mean, the world's the limit. You see where you can get kicked out of. They say you're not doing this business right unless you get kicked out of somewhere.
Too many places already. So I guess, I mean, that leads into my next question, because when you're in that environment, say you have a booth, you're already in an observation and mode of sell.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess how do you start that into a conversation with just a random person, whether that's family, friend, or coworker, or just stranger, when there isn't a booth, when there isn't that already honest, upfront observation of, I'm going to sell you something. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think Kaylee wants to answer you on that one. Were you going to answer him?
I would. So it all is about how you approach people and how, what do you like them? There's Eric Worre again. It's a great book. I really, really, really recommend it because you're asking these questions, which he directly answers. It's all about engaging with the person, complimenting them, and doing the if I would you type statements. And what I would suggest just starting off the bat is, it takes time to get these, kind of get your scripts down and get comfortable talking to strangers or even talking to friends and family. And so I would love to sit down with you and go over a few examples of how to talk to people, but I really, really suggest reading that book. It's a quick 2 hours. It'd be done reading, and
well, I have to.
Really
that's my homework assignment.
It's your second homework assignment. Yeah, and one of the things that I've just learned, I mean, that's easy right off the bat. If you want to start right now and can't complete your homework assignment just yet, is ask a lot of questions, right? So if I'm out to dinner or I'm talking to your friends or family, I mean, this qualifies for anything. So we call them highly qualified questions, right? Let's say we went out for a beer or whatever and we're long lost friends or whatever. I'm going to ask everything there is to know about you, right? Hey, Rick, what are you up to? How's your job? And notice, actually, when we went to dinner, I asked you a lot of questions so I could get to know you, right? So I asked, what do you do for work? Do you like what you do? Right? And you came back with a lot of information for me of how we could potentially help you with our business, right? So, you said you work a lot of hours. You don't necessarily care for what you do. You'd love to be able to not do what you do. And, with that information, it kind of let Kaylee and I open the door to invite our information in. How can we help you achieve what you want? Right? And then I asked, well, what dollar amount would it make sense for you? What would you have to make with this in order to not do what you do? Does that make sense? So by asking questions about somebody, whether it's about their family, their occupation, their kids, their holiday, what is your New Year's resolution maybe? If somebody gives you a problem, chances are 90% of the time, Juice Plus can solve it. You know, whether it's they're trying to lose weight, or they don't feel good, or they're dealing with financial issues. Juice Plus can take care of all of that. So by asking the questions, it opens the door to the opportunity of you being in a booth and presenting your product, if that makes any sense. And the other thing is, if I'm asking you all about you, eventually, if you're a good person, you're going to ask me what I'm up to and ask me a little bit, right? So maybe I present the information like, oh my gosh, yeah, I just got involved in this brand new business. It's the most amazing thing I've ever been a part of. You wouldn't believe how many people want to eat 32 different fruits and vegetables in their body every day. And it leaves you kind of like, well, 32, what? What do you mean? What is it? You know, and when you ask questions, again, it opens that door. So that's just kind of some things that I started with right off the bat when I didn't know that GoPro existed or whatever. I highly recommend that book as well. But just things to start practicing as you're out and about, getting comfortable talking to people, ask questions and see how it opens the door for you. You're up. Go for it. I mean, this call's for you guys. So.
Well, so I don't want to bogart the Q&A. When we went to the thing at the gym, you know, I mean that was to give more information on the product anyway.
Right.
I was wondering if we could actually sit down and have you try and sell to me.
Oh, so like you hear what my pitch is, what Kaylee's pitch is when we sit down and talk with somebody?
Exactly. I want an example of that, because I don't feel like I necessarily got that example at the gym.
Oh yeah, that's a fabulous question.
I don't feel like that was
could benefit
necessarily
from,
a pitch.
actually.
I don't feel like the gym was a pitch. It was just
Informative.
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely. So Kaylee, do you want to give your example? Or...
Well, I was going to say what we also could do is if you have people that are interested, let's do a three-way call, because then you can use us and learn from what we say and how we approach different people, because there's a million different ways to do it, and I really I do better when I have an actual person to do it to, not just on the fly.
Yeah.
What? Come on. You're a performer, Kaylee.
Yeah, and another thing, I mean, if you are going through those YouTube videos, honestly, anything that says prospecting call, that is what I say to people.
Okay.
So have you watched any of those with the PowerPoint going through how it's made and everything? I mean, I can go ahead and go through my little spiel real quick too, but the three-way call is definitely something that, you know, the more you start hanging out with Kaylee, the more you're going to learn from her how to do it. So that's kind of why we partner up. So like I was telling Sue, for instance, we went to Starbucks with one of her friends that she was just kind of thinking might be interested in the product. And she signed up to be a distributor already. So Sue was like, I need to sign up because my friend wants to sign up. So, you know, just going to coffee or going to grab a drink, happy hour, makes a huge difference in how you learn from us, for sure. But I'll give you a lowdown real quick. And Hannah and Ken, if you want to chime in here too, you feel free to give us your little sales pitch as well, because, you know, everybody does it differently. But one of the things I said right off the bat at the beginning of this call was you want to develop your story and you want to familiarize yourself with the product. So, Rick, if you and I, you know, let's say I found you on Facebook and you decided, hey, you're interested in some more information, I would give you a phone call. Again, I ask you some questions. So you're just going to be my person and we'll just role play, okay? So Rick, you said that you're potentially interested in increasing your nutritional intake into your system. Tell me a little bit about what your goals are right now, so I can kind of direct the conversation of how this might be beneficial to you. Do you go to the gym? Do you eat healthy regularly? And what are kind of some of your goals?
I didn't think this far ahead. Yeah.
You're putting me on the fly. I got to do the same thing.
No.
Right? You have goals. We talked about them the other night.
Yeah. Yes, I'm going to the gym, losing weight. Just overall eating healthier, I guess. I mean, if I ate one salad a week, that would be me eating healthier.
You and my husband both, absolutely. So one of the things you do is resonate with your person, that you understand where they're coming from, right? So I understand where you're coming from at increasing your nutritional intake with one salad a week, because my husband, the whole reason we got involved with these products, and you'll notice throughout this, I don't say juice plus, juice plus, juice plus at all. I actually refrain from using that verbiage. But when we started these nutritional products, my husband wasn't eating hardly any fruits and vegetables at all. And I figured, since these products come in a fruit snack form, 32 different fruits and vegetables come in a fruit snack form, that my husband ate fruit snacks anyway. And so if I could make a swap and have him eat these fruit snacks, then I was being sneaky and being a good wife. So,
you are a good wife. Come on.
Wrap your head around how these fruit snacks are made. What they do is they take vine ripened produce, which is the difference between like a homegrown tomato and one that you might buy from the store. And I know you said that you don't eat very healthy, but have you tasted the difference between a homegrown tomato?
Oh, absolutely. You can't even, no, there's no comparison between a garden tomato and a store tomato.
So what are some of the differences that you're aware of?
Well, I mean, sometimes you get big freaky ones at the store that look like it has a tumor on it. But homemade tomatoes, they're just like the perfect size. They're not too firm. They're not too soft. And it's like candy. You're eating candy, especially cherry tomatoes.
Yeah, definitely. So you've noticed a huge difference in like the size, but not only that, but the taste, maybe the texture of it, maybe the color. And one of the things I wasn't aware of is that I just thought homegrown was better, kind of like home cooked is better. I never knew that, that fruit or vegetable staying on the vine actually makes it so that all of the nutrition is in the fruit or vegetable. Most of the nutrients enter in the fruit or vegetable at the final stages of ripening. So when they pick our food early, which they have to, so that so it's not sitting on the store shelves rotting, right? It doesn't have very many nutrients in it. Probably 2/3 of the nutrients are missing. So that's something I wasn't aware of when I first got involved with this company, but I've been educated a lot along the way. It's kind of my job to partner with you and educate you along the way too, if you decide to participate in this. But they take these vine ripened fruits and vegetables and they throw them in a huge Vitamix. So a huge blender, and they have this big slurry of fruits and vegetables. And they then run that through a field of rice, and the rice attaches to the sodium and sugar molecules. So although normally I would recommend that you eat a lot of fruits and vegetables, the downside of that is the high sugar content. So with this, you eliminate the sugar and the sodium, and they make this into a big giant fruit roll-up and crumble it into a fine powder. That fine powder is then encapsulated into capsules that you can consume just by swallowing them, or a sweet treat like the fruit snacks, like I tried to coax my husband with. So there's a couple different ways we can help you eating healthier. As you said, that's kind of your goal. The first way is to just implement some fruit snacks into your diet or swallow a couple capsules every day. You think that's something that you could do easily?
Are we role playing or am I answering honestly?
This is serious. We're role playing. Is that something that you think it'd be easy for you, or is that not something that?
Yeah, I could definitely incorporate the gummies.
Yeah, it's an easy thing that you could throw in every day, right?
What's the cost?
So the cool thing is, depending on what you're trying to achieve, you had said you wanted to achieve an overall healthier lifestyle. So although the gummies and the capsules give you a lot of the fruits and vegetables, kind of sounds like you struggle with healthy meals as well. You know, by saying that you eat a salad, you know, eating a salad a week would increase your nutrient intake. It sounds like you might need some help in the meal department as well. Is that right?
Absolutely.
Okay. So even though the gummies are fabulous and the capsules are really easy, the other easy thing we have for on-the-go meals is our shakes, our complete shakes. So you can take a scoop of the protein and throw it in the blender with some like strawberries and bananas, or you can have it on the go. I like the chocolate one with almond milk and coconut water. I'm going to gather that you kind of have a sweet tooth since you said the gummies might be your favorite. Do you like something like a Wendy's Frosty?
I do.
Okay.
Surprising.
So if I told you that you could eat like a Wendy's Frosty for breakfast every morning for your easy meal, and it would be helping increase your nutrient intake, is that something you might be interested in as well?
Does it taste good? Because I've had a lot of protein before that was nasty.
Yeah, it actually honestly tastes like a Wendy's Frosty, and everybody thinks that I'm telling them a lie until they actually taste it. So the one thing that I really liked, you know, when I was a first-time customer is that we have a 100% money-back guarantee. So with that 100% money-back guarantee, if you order it and decide, hey, it's not for you, just send it right back and you'll get your money back. But I promise you, I'm kind of picky as well. And I actually, reading the ingredients of the shakes, I myself didn't try the product, the shakes, that is, for about 3 months, because the ingredients are like radish root, arlamith, quinoa, chickpeas, and I just thought it sounded really nutritious, but how the heck is that going to taste? And so I made that snap judgment right at the beginning, so I understand where you're coming from for sure. So, you know, assuming you're in town, we can get together and I can give you a sample, or just trust that, you know, I would tell you if it was bad because I was hesitant to try it myself. And our program comes with a recipe book, about 40 different recipes. So if you don't like one, you can kind of tweak it and go with the other one. But it sounds like, since you haven't eaten healthy in quite some time, that you might benefit from our 30-day detox that we have.
Can I pause the role play?
No, we're on a roll.
Okay,
Yeah.
now I have a question.
Okay.
Now I have a question. So going back to the whole fruit and vegetable thing, that where they turn it into the powder and turn it into a big fruit roll up, which sounds really good. Where are those farms located, and are they non-GMO?
So yes, all of our farms are non-GMO. We're actually in the process of getting certified organic as well. It's a long, like 3-year process or so, and we're in that 3-year process of becoming all organic as well. So a lot of the fruit and vegetables we use are actually organic. We don't have the title just yet. We have our own farms. A lot of them are located out of California, not 100% of them. But we have specific Juice Plus farms that are, I mean, we bring in a lot of business to natural non-GMO farms to make all of these products.
What's your favorite thing about the product?
That my face doesn't look like it did before. That I have a healthy girl at home. But yeah, even on a bad day, I eat good because, you know, even if I'm eating super good, I cannot eat as healthy as Juice Plus allows me to on a good day. So it makes every day a good day, I feel like. Even if it was a bad day, I still get in all the fruits and vegetables and everything. It's pretty good.
That needs to be a bumper sticker.
Exactly. So anyway, notice through our role play, I'm asking a lot of questions and resonating with you. I haven't said Juice Plus one time.
Why is that? Why do you hide away from the name?
Yeah.
Or not hide, but...
Yeah. And it's a name we should be proud of, and I am proud of it. I shy away from the name because of the bubble people put Juice Plus in.
Like it's a multivitamin,
right? And so if I tell you the price of my gummies and they're $76 a month, You say, well, I pay $10 for my multivitamin. The comparison, right? They compartmentalize it. So if we can make them think it's something completely different, which it is, without it being compartmentalized yet, it makes the price of it not seem bad. It makes the value of it so much higher, which makes a huge difference. So, and notice when you asked for a price, I didn't give you one either, because I wasn't done explaining what it was yet. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah.
So your job is to educate and resonate with the people that you are talking with. And that's why Kaylee says it's such a different scenario with everybody. If I were to role play with Kaylee right now, it would be a completely different conversation with a lot of the same facts in there. But I would say things differently, like, Kaylee, I know you really like Zumba, and do you do anything to help protect yourself from the oxidative stress that you're putting yourself under from exercising so much? Hey, Kaylee, I know you have a personal trainer that whoops your butt. What do you do for post-workout so you're not sore from that personal trainer? You know what I mean? So you can throw in different things that resonate with each individual, which I think is really important to throw in there.
But when it comes to a stranger, you don't have that
knowledge.
Yeah,
about that person.
Yeah, yes, exactly.
So that's where those questions come in. You were a stranger to me when we went to dinner, right?
No, we weren't. We've already met.
Well, I mean, really knowing who you were, like, and what you did for a living, and if you guys had kids, if you're married, like, no. I mean, we were maybe acquaintances.
Oh, I thought we were friends. Ouch.
Oh, man. Well, oh, come on. Burn, right? That's funny. But does that kind of help as far as, like, talking with people?
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
I always go through how Juice Plus is made. I don't say the name and the price. This is the number one thing for you guys to get down, is the price of it. The price of the program ends up breaking down to $6 a day, which is $3 a meal. And I don't know what you typically spend on meals, but my Starbucks costs more than $3 these days. So it's something that people can afford. So breaking it down that way makes it so it's doable for people.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the thing that I would get really easy coming out of your mouth. $6 a day, $3 a meal.
Okay.
Sue, do you have any other questions? I know you're listening away, but.
I don't think so. Not that I can think of at the moment.
No worries. Well, if you guys think of them as we go along, in the future or whatever, I mean, that's what we're here to help you with as well. Kaylee, what's up?
Okay. I also want to mention that when we get new distributors like you guys on, we love to do friends and family calls. And so we like to do this within like the first week or two when you first sign up, because I don't know about you guys, but my family is really important and they're really supportive of me. And so it's nice to get them on a call with Lindsay and I and talk to them about the product and about this business and just kind of how everything goes together. And so if you guys, Sue and Rick and Allison, if you guys can, reach out to your close friends and family and just see, I know you guys have, probably already talked to them a little bit about it, but if we can get something on the calendar and get this friends and family call on the books and open up and talk to them, it really is amazing to introduce them to the product, but also to help them understand what you're getting into and how you're supporting each other.
Well, and so far, as far as the family goes, the real draw has been the anyway, the draw. Your message is coming up on there, Lindsay.
Oh, good.
Anyway, the real draw has been the kids thing, the program for the kids.
Yeah, and it's a great program, and I love to talk about it because my kiddos are on it, and I've seen a lot of changes even in my kids who have been on it. My 2-year-old eats salad. I don't know any 2-year-old that eats salad. So,
It's true.
but
I've
yeah.
seen it.
Yeah, let's definitely let's reach out to them, see if they're available in the next week or so. The sooner the better. I always think just to again help them get on board with what you guys have decided to do and making this joining this business and such. So that's all I had.
Absolutely. Yeah. So let's get some of those on the books, and even a coffee date with some friends or family or one of these Zoom calls definitely helps, have your friends or family understand what you're doing and see if they want to be a part of it too, while you have us kind of backing you and have that third-party validation and everything. So Ken was messaging me just asking, who all was going to the event on Saturday, and Rick, are you guys able to come?
Oh yeah, we're Kaylee's guests.
Awesome. All right. Well, I think everybody on this call, is planning on being there, and it should just be a great event, which is what I meant to type, but I was listening and typing, and it was multitasking anyway. Didn't work out very well for me, did it? I was trying to message Ken back, and I went to everybody, but that's okay. It reminds me to bring it up, and these events that we have that are big like this, they don't happen super often. So if you have anybody that can come, don't stop inviting until the day it's happening, and still invite, say, hey, hop in the car with me. I don't want to go alone. Whatever you need to do to get people there, you guys will have some customers or distributors by the time you leave. And I'm even getting up on stage and talking about prospecting and kind of some of the things that we talked about tonight, not specific role playing, but if you meet a stranger, how do you make them into a business prospect or a team member? Or for instance, one of my team members is a CrossFit gym owner. I didn't know her at all. How did that even start in conversation? How did I get her to talk to me? So just some of these things, if you do want to step out of your comfort zone, how do you get it to work? And sometimes it doesn't. And sometimes you have to have a lot of no's before you get a lot of yeses. It just means that you're one step closer to a yes if you're getting a no. So I'll be doing a training on that. And one of the other brand new national marketing directors, that means you've hit the very top of the company. She's located in Denver here as well. She'll be giving a chat as well. So just great perspective. And the more you're around it, the more you learn. And the more you learn, the easier it is for you to talk about it and answer questions and not be timid. But I'm just going to close up this call by saying, don't be afraid to tell your prospects that you don't know, but you're going to find out the information for them as well. Instead of trying to sidestep and try and give them an answer if you're not 100% sure about it. Like I said, we're not the experts. We're just kind of the messenger. So that's one of the most important things to learn at the very beginning. I don't know that answer, but I'm going to find out, and I'll message you later with it. And that's also why we have that team mix messenger. Maybe you're at coffee with somebody and you have a question, just type it in there real quick. We are all in that messenger. So if I'm not available or Kaylee's not available, maybe Ken's available or Hannah's available, or somebody who knows the answer is available. Even Dr. Mitra Ray herself, who developed this program, is in that chat. All of our uplines are in that chat. So just know that's your easy access button when you're sitting in front of somebody to get an answer. But if you're not able to get it, then just say you don't know, and you'll find the answer and send it to them. So any other questions before we hop off? Hopefully this was helpful for you guys.
Well, I think one thing, and Kaylee does it very well, is the silent promoter. You don't actively try to find someone to sell it, but it's around, you see it, and I asked a question about it. She never sold to me. I asked questions. I came to her. Mm-hmm. That's because she constantly had it out, had it somewhere doing something with it, whether that was Facebook or at work or whatever. So I guess the point is raise the flag, maybe.
Yeah, like make it. Yeah, Ken's giving a motion of planting seeds everywhere you go. Just make sure everywhere you go, you talk about it, you say something about it. Yeah, and it's not necessarily to be like, oh my gosh, you have to sign up right this instant or whatever. But it is so much better when people come to you and somebody asks you a question as opposed to you just trying to sell to somebody that maybe isn't even interested. So, yeah, just having it out there and letting people know you're a part of it is definitely key. Perfect. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to let you all go and be on with your evening and everything. But if you have questions, I mean, we're all here to help and partner with you. And I guess I'll see everybody on Saturday then.